Hi friends, hello everyone. Welcome to Painting for Wellness. I'm your Arts and Wellness Ambassador, Bethany Bennett. We're here in the beautiful outdoors of Atlantic Center for the Arts location. So if you hear any planes or birds, that's because we're in nature. So today we have this beautiful reference picture that we're going to use as our guide. It's from Norway. And these are the Northern Lights. And one of the main reasons why I chose this scene is, one, because I did a DNA recently, a test, and I found out I'm Scandinavian. So this is totally a place where I'd like to visit. And obviously, second, the main attraction for me would be the Northern Lights, although it's visible from other places. I've always wanted to go to Norway. There's a famous artist from there, Edvard Munch, who painted The Scream. You know that one? So he's from there, and his whole body of work is in a famous museum in Oslo, Norway there. So this is going to give us inspiration today, and don't let it scare you. It's going to be really simple and fun. What I've done so far is prime the canvas with a dark blue, almost black. So if you want to go ahead and do that first and then come back once it's dry, then we'll start the rest of the process. Take your time, let your canvas dry all the way because that will make it easier to put the next layers on. And my color palette consists of yellow, green, dark blue, light blue, purple, white, and black, but you can pick whatever colors you want. If you want to do hot pink, neons for your Northern Lights, you are totally allowed to do whatever you want. You can take as many artistic liberties with this painting as you want. So we are here to have fun. We are going to have no expectations of what we actually end up with as a final product, and a way for us to kind of get confident and relax ourselves is just to take a deep breath and center yourself. So do that. And once you're relaxed, once your canvas is dry, we're going to dive in. So I like to keep my brushes dry, especially when I'm starting out, because that way I can apply the paint just by simply rubbing it on very gently. So say I wanted more of a blue tinted sky, I'm going to put a tiny bit of paint on the brush, and then I'm just going to rub it over. So you can kind of do these little zigzags if you want. So we're really just playing with our materials. And this is such a simple composition. You really can't get it wrong. So what I like to do, especially when we got an airplane above us. Okay, so what I like to do before, I get carried away is figure out exactly what colors I want to use. And when you're painting on a black background, it's much easier to have those colors pop if you add a tiny bit of white. So say I like this blue here, and it's enough for me. But once we start going over into this area, to get this color right here, we're going to add just a touch of white. And you want to keep the brush dry. You don't want to dip it in water in between or anything. You're just adding a tiny bit of white. So you got this little... And although it might seem like I'm copying this, I'm actually doing this kind of intuitively. I'm allowing myself to put the colors really where I want, even though I'm using this as a guide. I'm not trying to copy it perfectly. So what we'll do for you is include a picture of this reference picture so you can print it out yourself and have it in front of you while you paint. You can do that, or you can just follow along with me. And the shapes can vary, and the colors can vary. So adding that little bit of white really makes it pop on a black background. So you have these really beautiful trees down here in silhouette, and it kind of looks like there's a little bit of water here. So while we have our blue on the paintbrush, we can go ahead and pop that in there down in the little corner if you want to. You can carry it across the entire canvas at the bottom if you want, or you can just leave it in a little area right here. All right, so I still have a little bit of that lighter blue on my brush. So you guys can do all kinds of different shapes or swirls. You can use hot pinks or neons. I'm gonna mix a teal. Go right in here with some teal. So I'm definitely going to visit Norway one day. I'm not sure when that will be, but it's on my bucket list. And if you look closely, you can kind of see these little swirls of lighter values within the colors. And you can pop those in if you want, or you can just do it in another layer, because this painting will be in a couple of layers, just like the first layer was our prime with a dark blue black. And you kind of want to leave it a little bit transparent. I think that's what's so special about the Northern Lights, is that they're mystical. They're like very whimsical. And they can always change. And I like that you can still see the stars in this reference picture too. Not a lot of light pollution there. So if you want to get some of these really light neon greens, you can add some yellow into your green. I'm probably going to do that for this little strip right here and a little bit right here, maybe over there. Another brush that's really great to use for this is the fan brush. So It's kind of just like a tool for wispy brush strokes. Kind of, I'm probably going to use that for the little streaks of white or light blues and stuff like that in there. So if you feel comfortable with this, then just go ahead and start putting down colors, whatever colors you've put on your palette and that you think look great together. And if we need to go back and put more black or dark blue in there, we can always do that. This is just to have fun. I've got the background birds singing to me. I also have this size brush. I have the fan brush, and then I got two smaller detail brushes. These will help me when I start doing the stars and the trees. So have a couple of different paint brushes so that you can do different things with them. And I'm still trying to kind of do that dry brush technique. All right. So feel free to take as much time as you need to work on this. I mean, this is something that you could work on for hours or days, just going from this dark color and slowly changing the color down to this light blue. That's how you practice your mixing. And we were doing these kind of fun squiggly brush strokes over here. So you can mix those in. And I'm going to put some light blue right up here. And I'm going to start having a lot of fun right now. So it's really just a magical sight to see, I've heard, the Aurora Borealis. Other than that, I want to see bioluminescence. I have not seen that in person yet. I think that would be somewhat similar as this. I mean, it's in the water, but it's another phenomenon that I think would be so cool to actually experience. So working on that dark ground is fun, and you guys can do all different things with working on a black ground. You can, whites and lighter colors will really pop off of this. So I'm excited to see what you guys do on your own paintings, because I think just slight variations and you guys, you know, taking your artistic liberties will make some really cool different paintings. And have fun with it. I mean, experiment with different brush strokes and different ways to apply the paint. There's so many different fun things that you can do as far as like experimenting with how to lay the paint on the canvas, or you know, where you want your water or where you want the streaks of light. There's so many different things you can do. I really like this purple right here too. Let's see, let's try the fan brush and see what happens with this. Keeping it dry. All right. I like the purple in there. That really makes it pop. With a little bit of white I'm adding to it. Now remember, we're not looking for photorealism. We're just looking for fun and a way to pass the time and be in the present moment. See how much different mine is from that one? That's what I want to see. I want to see you being unique. So, we're just using this for fun and inspiration. And since we're painting something that is from Norway, it's only appropriate that we feel like we're being unique and working from our intuition, because that's what Edvard Munch did. So, to use his work as an inspiration as well. Now we can put some of these little swirls in there. You can really have some fun right here. Just by barely touching the paintbrush to the canvas. And remember, it's acrylic, so you can always just wipe it away if you're not happy with a certain brush stroke. But honestly, that just makes it more unique and, in my opinion, more spectacular. Really like this teal. Let me see if I can get the teal that I really, really want. All right, let's see. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. So after we get all this in there, and maybe I feel like there's too much negative space right here. Maybe I need a swirl right here. I want to be original. Pretty cool, right? I took my artistic liberties. All right, so I'm gonna paint this little light blue section down here. And we can use this one. And what if I say, oh no, that's too bright? What am I gonna do? It's fine. You get a different paintbrush, you add a little black, go back in. Bada bing, bada boom. See? So I really like these silhouettes of the trees at the bottom. And I was thinking, what if I wanted to make the silhouettes of the trees a little bit bigger in the composition? I can do that. I am allowed to do that. So I have this nice, it's almost like a, I don't know, let's see. It looks like a cerulean, ultramarine, saturated down with complementary colors. And I like this color, so I'm just gonna pop some of it in up here. See what it looks like. There's really no wrong way to do this. And I'm playing. Okay. Well, that's interesting. And one thing that I like to do while I'm working is step back from my work, because sometimes when you're up close to it, you can't see how great it is. So sometimes you need to just step back and take another look at it. You also need to remember that it's the process, not the product. And I've had a long week, and just focusing on my breathing and focusing on what I'm doing right now in this very moment, I feel better. I've got green back on my brush. I'm really just playing. I hope you guys are too. I hope you're having fun. So I'm gonna let this little part down here dry, and while I do that, we're gonna pop in some stars. And that's why I have this little tiny detail brush. Now, I've seen other professionals take a large brush, put white paint on it, and then flick it against the canvas, and that creates all these little tiny dots. I'm not that good. I can't do that. So I'm gonna go in with my little teensy tiny brush here and start putting little stars in the sky. And you can use white or the yellow if you prefer. I might mix the two. Just so I don't get my hand covered in that paint down there, I'm gonna turn the canvas to the side. There's a lot of stars in that sky, so you can put as many stars as you want. You can put a moon, as many as you prefer. So now that I've got my little heavens above, I'm gonna go in and put those silhouettes of the trees down at the bottom. So I'm using just plain black for this. If you wanted to use a dark forest green or something like that, you could use whatever color you want. If you think that that's too much contrast, you can use it, like I said, add some green into the black or use whatever colors you want. You just want to make sure that it pops out with that background. So you guys have the freedom to work on this for as long as you want. Can come back in and use gloss mediums or glazes and really go to town on this painting. It's up to you guys how far you want to take it. I'm going to just blend that into that blue that we made along the bottom. So I'm glad we got to take a little vacation. That was nice, right? Always wanted to go to Norway. And here was our chance. Now I just want to go even more. Well, I'm feeling a lot more relaxed now that I've sat here in the outdoors, especially painting, focusing on one simple thing in front of me. That's actually really fun. Curious to see if you guys are a little more relaxed now too. I hope you are. Well, next time we're going to be going somewhere else fun. So thank you for joining us today, Painting for Wellness. I hope you guys come back and see us soon.